I don't know when this is going to go up. Hey friends! Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carrie Favel. I go by Psypris, and my dream is to be an entertainer. So if you are at all entertained by this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. So today's video is just sort of an update for the channel. I know I do this a lot, but I want you guys to know what's going on and everything. So a long story short, I know what I want to do. I want to be a comedy commentary channel, but that means that the content might not come out once a week. I will, of course, try to be more, consistent because consistency is key. But these would be a little bit more like deep dives into one topic each. I think I can probably salt and pepper. Is that a thing? No, it's just called pepper. You can pepper things in. You don't salt things in. Weird. Anyway, I think I can pepper in some, just off the cuff, like, hey, this happened and I want to talk about it. I think that would be fun because I do enjoy just sitting here and having a conversation with you versus having something scripted out. But I do feel like the scripted videos are stronger in content, so you would get more out of it. I don't know, so I'm just going to play along with that. But basically, I've decided I need to be kind to myself. I always say that, and I always bite off more than I can chew. So what's going to happen is for the next 3 or so weeks, I am only going to post once a week, and that is Name That Voice. 8, 9, 10 are going to post. Those are going to be fine. But because I have, and I'll go into this in just a moment, but because I have a lot going on, that's all. I'm just going to post once a week. I'm going to record them all right now and have them so that I'm all squared away on that. Then Name That Voice is probably going to have a few week break. I'm going back and forth between, is it actually something people enjoy? People are watching it. The podcast version is going down in popularity, but the YouTube videos are pretty consistent. So I do want to give season 2 a try, which is really about specific, each person is an episode. So I have like more than 30 ideas, but I've got a lot of episodes in my noggin, but I definitely have 10 people that I can do and kind of test and see if people like that. I also have some others like, voice actors who have been victims of a crime or voice actors who have committed crimes, that kind of stuff. So I could do those type of videos too. Those really, I wasn't planning on it being within Name That Voice, but we'll see. So I'm kind of doing A/B testing. So the season 1 of Name That Voice will finish. Then I'm going to do a few videos of like some deep dives, like how you shouldn't hold your microphone, YouTubers. Why do you hold your microphones? And I also will cover a Voice Over Atlanta and that whole, conventions and conferences for specific and specialized training. I will go over that and make a whole video on that as well. So, and then I'm going to see, do they get more, audience retention? Is it the same? You guys just like, if you watch me, you watch whatever. And if you don't watch me, you're not going to see it in the algorithm. I'm just kind of testing. So as we go along, I would love to get a comment of, wow, I really liked this episode. Make more of this stuff. Or, it wasn't your strongest. Go back to what you were doing. Please do. I want to know. I want to entertain you. And if you're not entertained, I want to change what I'm doing, right? So that is basically what this is. So digging in a little deeper, the real honest reason of why I'm not uploading more than once a week is because May is going to be extremely busy for me. I am going to both Furry Week in Atlanta and MomoCon, and they are both in May, with 1 week in between for like a rest. So all of my free time is going to go into making sure my costumes are ready, and then also my job, because I'm going to take some time off to go to these conferences. So I definitely need to make sure I'm keeping up with my work. So because of that, I am just not going to have time to record and edit these videos. So that's why I'm going to try really hard to make sure Name That Voice I get first season is not even any kind of issue, but that's really kind of the main reason why it's going on a little bit of a break, because I just don't have the time for it. Not to say I don't love it, but literally there's only 24 hours in a day. So that's why I'm still around. I'm not quitting. I just have to get a better schedule down, and it's just, the summer months are going to be tough for me. They're tough for everyone, I'm sure. Also, just a quick thing. This is going to be in a larger video, but those who are interested in my experience at VO Atlanta, it didn't happen. Yeah, the conference happened and people enjoyed it. I don't want to badmouth anyone or cause any drama or spread any gossip. Again, I will address everything in a larger video. But in the long and short of it is they really didn't have enough people to properly prepare for the conference. And that was represented by the fact that they never got a volunteer work schedule completed. Ever. Never, ever, ever. So I wrote and said, hey, when do you want me to come? Basically, it was anyone who flew in and had to stay at the hotel anyway and could only, you get your free ticket if you volunteer. They all met up randomly. They actually used WhatsApp, and they would meet every day to say, okay, you go here, you go here. That's how it was done. There was no schedule, really was not organized in that way. That is not to say that the people who ran it didn't love what they were doing. Again, it was just thrown at a few people, and it was just too much to do, unfortunately. You need a good team, or like someone who is literally an event manager, event planner who's good at that kind of stuff. And they didn't utilize their volunteers as much as they could. So since I live in Atlanta, I didn't need to go down to the conference unless I had a reason to be there. And I didn't know when I could be used or utilized or whatever. I also got then a client-directed session, so I couldn't go to the one thing that was planned, which their meeting didn't even happen from what I can tell. So it was just a lot. And, a little bit is on me. Could I have gone down there and said, hey, I'm a volunteer, give me my free ticket and tell me where you want me? 100% I could have. However, I suffer from severe social anxiety, and I battle that by being prepared. So having a schedule to literally point and say, my name is listed, that I need to be in this, room right now. So please, get me to that room kind of thing. That helps. I need to know that I am official, that I am needed there, am wanted there. And that didn't happen. So I did not feel comfortable going to the conference because those things weren't in place. Also, not to be like, a Karen, but I did let them know I have hip issues. I still am battling hip issues. If you followed this channel, I had that little outpatient surgery. It helped one of the pain, but I'm still having pain in 3 other areas, and I have sciatica. So I cannot stand for a long period of time. I can walk about maybe half a mile before the pain starts to happen, and the pain literally feels like there is a knife right there so every time I move, it is just scraping. There's a little bit of not disintegration, degeneration or whatever, the muscle, the stuff that's in between the bones, what's that called, the collagen or whatever, that's a little bit waning. So essentially I'm sort of have arthritis in my bone, but I've not been diagnosed with arthritis. It just kind of shows it's a similar symptom, right? So it's an issue, it's an actual physical issue, but I don't look, I'm young and whatever. So I use a cane when I know I have to do like the conferences that are, the conventions I'm going to in May. I will be using a cane because I need that help. I cannot put weight on my leg. If I do put weight on my leg and I push it too far, I will fall down. I have fallen down before, and I will need assistance getting back up and walking. I have had that actually happen where Fell Harbor had to escort me out of the mall because my leg, I did it too much. My leg gave out. I could not put any of my weight on my leg, and I wasn't prepared. So having that and knowing I'm like, hey, I can stand to help people, but when no one is doing anything, when I'm just kind of monitoring stuff, I need a chair. And other than that, I'm fine, right? I need a chair. But because they didn't have a schedule, they didn't know what was happening, I knew ahead of time they wouldn't be able to accommodate me. And I didn't want to put that burden on them and then also to put that pressure on me. I have done that. I have pushed myself because, oh, well, I need to help with this, event or something as like marketing manager. You just got to be there. And I have stood, and it caused me issues. And back in the day, I worked retail. I stood for 12 hours a day working double shifts as a hostess at a restaurant. Those times, me pushing myself doing that, I fully credit to hurting me even more. But, I was in physical therapy for my lower back issues when I was in high school, 16, 17 years old. So it's been a thing. I'm not making it up, but it always makes me feel guilty to ever kind of tell that to people. And so anyway, all of that just kind of culminated to, no, I did not go to the conference. I still have some thoughts on that, and that is what that bigger video will be. But just to clarify here, I respect those who ran it. I respect those who were involved as a guest speaker. Those who volunteered were all very gracious because, again, I was in those kind of communications. So, and actually, J. Michael Collins himself was very thankful and very grateful to the volunteers, and he provided them some special offers that were very, very generous. So absolutely, fantastic man as a person. I think he's great as a professional, and the conference, it's a different beast altogether. So when I talk about the conference, I'm not talking about them. No hate, no, whatever. But I do think there is room for constructive criticism and definitely room for growth. And I think they would even admit that there is room for growth. So, but, I'm Facebook friends with everybody that, we were having a little bit of miscommunication. So it's good. There's no ill feelings. All that water is under the bridge. But just as a video for you guys, no, I didn't end up going. So that is that update. Again, I will make a longer video kind of going over that. And as I said, as a whole, not just VO Atlanta. I'm just using that as the example because I live in Atlanta. But voiceover conferences as a whole and specialized training conferences, in a broader scope of things. So look out for that video, but I have to write it first. And that's where I'm kind of stuck right now. Things are a little bit, or always have been, crazy. So finding the time to write those is a challenge. So, but it is my desire to rise to the challenge and get those videos out to you. So just letting you guys know, that's where this is. Keep, stay connected with me. I will continue to post. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a leeway of not posting so many times a week. Not that twice was a lot, but when you're doing other things, it can get to be too much. So anyway, remember that you are loved, you are worthy, and whatever you are struggling with today will pass. Until next time, stay crazy.